What's up, guys? Alvaro here, and welcome to the Bilingual Stock Market channel again. Let's go ahead and talk about some stocks and about what happened today in the markets. And before starting out the video, I wanted to let you guys know that I am not going to be able to record any videos tomorrow because I am going to be live streaming all day long for my Patreon. So, at this time tomorrow, I am going to be very tired. So no video tomorrow in either English or Spanish, but I am going to be back for sure on Thursday. So I wish you guys good luck. Tomorrow is going to be a very important day for the markets, no doubt about it. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. And the markets didn't do good today. Once again, guys, we had a red day all across the board. This morning, we had the producer price index, which came out hotter than expected. Way hotter than expected, we can say, at 0.8% versus 0.5 estimate. So this was a very negative preamble, guys. While we wait for the Federal Reserve tomorrow, the Federal Open Market Committee. And I think that the markets just, sold off on the producer price index report, which, as I just said, came out way worse than expected. So the Russell 2000 went down today 0.96%. Nasdaq went down 1.14%. Finally, at last, the big tech names are taking a hit. Just like the rest of the markets, Dow Jones went down 0.30% and the S&P 500 went down 0.75%. And if we take a look at the advances and declines distribution, we had a way larger number of stocks going down relative to the stocks that went up. So today almost 5,000 stocks went down, whereas only 2,400 stocks went up. And if we take a look at the sectors, the only sector, guys, that closed today's trading session in the green was the financial sector. This makes sense, obviously, because we are waiting for the Federal Reserve tomorrow, and since we got a hotter than expected producer price index report today, we can make the case, and this is something that I have told you guys plenty of times here on the channel, that the only sector that would benefit from an economy with higher interest rates is going to be the financial sector. So today the markets did what they were supposed to do. So the financial sector went up 0.80%. The tech sector got killed. This was the worst performing sector by far, going down 1.64%, and the 10-year Treasury yield went up something like 1%, and also the Dixie, the US dollar, also went up. So now the question is, what is going to happen tomorrow? Who knows, right? I think, guys, that if we happen to have a very hawkish Jerome Powell tomorrow, I don't think, in my opinion, that the Federal Reserve is going to, increase interest rates right away, immediately. If that were the case, then obviously the markets is going to, go, on a crash, no doubt about it, including the financial sector, which would be the only sector that might benefit from a potential interest rate hike, which is going to happen eventually. The markets are expecting the first interest rate hike to be carried out in June, as I told you guys yesterday. So since we had this producer price index report today coming out hotter than expected, I am a bit concerned. I purchased call options of Citigroup today in order to hedge against a potential hawk, Jerome Powell the hawk. So let's see what happens tomorrow, guys. I think that, bottom line, the markets need certainty. Since, when I think that was like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago when Jerome Powell testified in front of the Senate, then the Jerome Powell that spoke in front of the Senate sounded very hawkish, guys. So that pretty much spooked the markets, and as of now, we are in a very uncertain situation. We don't know what is going to happen in the short term when it comes to the Federal Reserve. And this makes me remember, guys, about what happened when we had the presidential election a year ago. The markets were crashing. And the second that the markets got certainty that the new president of the US was Joe Biden, then we saw a massive rally. I am not calling out a beautiful green day tomorrow once the Federal Reserve announces whatever they are going to announce. But I think that what the markets hate the most, and we all know that, is uncertainty. And as of now, we have a lot of uncertainty out there. We have the Omicron fears. We don't know if the Federal Reserve is going to increase interest rates sooner than expected. So I think that from tomorrow and on, Jerome Powell is going to be, he's going to make a statement at 2 p.m. At 1 p.m. we have the decision about the interest rate. And at 2 p.m. he's going to make a statement, and then he is going to carry out a press conference. So I think that the markets are going to be, a bit alleviated once Jerome Powell speaks tomorrow, and we might see volatility coming down. Remember that on Friday we have quadruple witching, and that's a volatile day. That's a day in which we usually see a bit more of volatility in the markets. But I am being positive here. I am an upbeat guy in general terms. And I think that if tomorrow we don't happen to have any ugly surprise when it comes to the first interest rate hike, I think that the markets are going to feel better. And who knows, guys, we might even see a potential Santa Claus rally, during the last 2 weeks of December, which, by the way, guys, are low volume trading sessions. Usually the last 2 weeks of the year are quiet weeks with, low volatility, low volume. So that should be the case. I think that from tomorrow and on, and regardless of whatever Jerome Powell says, unless the Federal Reserve says that they are going to increase interest rates right away, we are going to see the markets, taking a breather. That's my personal opinion, at least. And before going over the indices, I want to show you guys today, it was a quiet day for me in general terms. I didn't do much. I only closed a position that I opened yesterday on CRISPR Therapeutics. So let me show you over here. So yesterday I purchased let me scroll up a bit here. Okay. So yesterday I purchased the $70 call that expires on April 14, and I paid $1,339. And today CRISPR Therapeutics had a decent day. It went up, actually, despite the fact that most of the stocks out there went down. CRISPR Therapeutics had a nice day, so I decided to, sell this call. I made $220. I was paid $1,560, so I decided to play it safe. And the only play that I have opened for tomorrow when it comes to the Federal Open Market Committee, the Fed, and so forth, is a call option that I purchased of Citigroup. We will see what that call option ends up playing out for me. And if we take a look at the S&P 500, so today this index went down 0.75%, and it closed today's trading session at 4,634 points. The futures were actually down today, guys, before the trading session opened. And once we had the producer price index coming out, then we saw a massive dump when it comes to the futures of the S&P 500. So take a look at how, guys, the bulls managed to find support today at the area that I told you guys yesterday, 4610. I told you, if tomorrow we happen to see a big leg down, I am going to be looking at 4610 as the main area of lower support. And why? Well, because we are talking about a former area of resistance back from December 6th and also back from December 3rd. So here we have a former area of resistance that was broken to the upside and that was supposed to act as a new support, and it did. So tomorrow, obviously, guys, the most important area of lower support is going to be 4610, sorry. And the main area of resistance that the bulls need to take on tomorrow is going to be 4670, the former area of support that I told you guys in yesterday's video. We are talking about a former area of support that acted as such yesterday. It also acted as such on Friday, and it also acted as such a week ago on Tuesday of last week. And on top of that, you guys can see that here on this 30-minute 10-day chart, this area of support 4670 coincides with this 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart. However, if we take a look at the 4-hour chart, honestly, guys, there is absolutely nothing bearish over here. Clear uptrend. We are trading between the moving averages, relative strength index at 47 points. So there is absolutely nothing to complain about the S&P 500 in technical terms. We know that this can change in a very aggressive way depending on the Jerome Powell that we get tomorrow, either the dove or the hawk. We will see what happens tomorrow. And in the case of the NDX, the Nasdaq 100, it went down today, obviously 1.04%, and it closed today's trading session at 15,914 points. We can make the same case in the case of the NDX, guys. Clear uptrend. We are still trading between the moving averages. However, if I zoom in here on the 4-hour chart, take a look at how the bears are getting closer to a very critical spot over here, 15,650 points. We are talking about a former area of resistance in which the NDX failed on multiple occasions back in September, and that coincides with this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. So watch out for a larger dump in the case of the NDX, because I believe that if the bears can take on this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, if they can break this area of support at 15,650 points, this could change the picture of the NDX. This might be good night Irene for the NDX. So watch out for 15,650 points as the main area of support in tomorrow's trading session. And when it comes to resistance, I am going to be looking at 16,000 points, which happens to be a former area of support back from November 26th and also back from November 11. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Cleanspark Energy, guys, which is a stock that is reporting earnings today. So what happened over here? Let's see. Let me pull up the 1-day, 1-minute chart. And did Cleanspark report their earnings, guys? Yeah, it is today, but I don't see any reaction over here, right? So Cleanspark went down today 1.06%, and it closed today's trading session at $12.11. So let me pull up here the live news tab, and we don't have any information available, right? Did they reschedule the earnings report? It says earnings on December 14 after market hours, right? Yeah, after market, but I don't see any report over here, guys. No, nothing, zero. There's nothing. Earnings scheduled for December 14. Let me see. So companies reporting earnings before the bell, and after the bell, I'm gonna see, Cleanspark, but expected to report quarterly earnings at 7 cents per share on revenue of $23 million, but the report doesn't seem to be out yet, guys. So let me pull up here the 4-hour chart, and I need the report. Come on, Thinkorswim. We can make the case from a technical standpoint that Cleanspark is about to make a double bottom formation over here at $11.80. So if this double bottom formation happens to unfold, then Cleanspark can bounce back up and maybe fill the next gap up to $15.75, which happens to be a former area of resistance back from early August and also an area of support back from late June. So if we were able to take a trade from $11.88-ish up to $15.90, we are looking at a 25% profit. Jeez, this would be the trade of the week. So since I don't have the information handy, guys, I don't have information at all, actually. So watch out for Cleanspark Energy tomorrow, potentially completing this double bottom formation and bouncing back up. That's all I can say about Cleanspark. And now let's go ahead and take a look at AMC Entertainment. And in the case of AMC, the Apes bucked the dip, guys. So this is getting interesting. AMC went up today 5.42%, and it closed today's trading session at $24.20. And let me pull up here the 5-day, 5-minute chart and take a look at the collapse, guys, that we saw after hours yesterday and today pre-market. However, buyers stepped in near $20, and after AMC found support at $20, it pretty much went up for the rest of the trading session. This is a positive sign. Was this a dead cat bounce? That could be the case, but I want to think in a positive way. So let me zoom in a bit more over here. So the next task that the bulls or the apes of AMC need to accomplish is going to be taking on $26. $26 acted as lower support in yesterday's trading session, and it also acted as lower support back on December 3rd. If the bulls of AMC can take on $26 on good volume and momentum, that could be the case. We saw a very decent rally today once AMC found support at $20. Take a look at the relative strength index. It is at 40 points. So I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if AMC can take on $26 and fill the next gap up to $28.50, which happens to be a former area of support back from early August that coincides with this 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart. So this could very well be a momentum trade. Guys, if we pick up some shares of AMC at $26 and we write them up to $28.50, we are looking at an 8% profit, nothing to sneeze at. So watch out for AMC, guys. Let's see. I am really curious about what is going to happen with the stock of this company. Was today a dead cat bounce, or are the apes of AMC really carrying out a rescue operation? We will see what happens tomorrow in the case of AMC. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Enphase Energy. And in the case of Enphase Energy, guys, all of the solar stocks or solar energy stocks or solar energy related stocks have been absolutely dismantled. And Enphase couldn't be the exception to the rule. So Enphase went down today 5.25%, and it closed today's trading session at $202.32. Let me pull up here the live news tab, guys, because we had news coming out of California. So let me see. So shares of solar companies are trading lower following Monday news of California proposing cuts to rooftop solar incentives. So that's the reason why, right? Is this going to affect the long-term story of Enphase Energy? I don't think so, guys. I think that this is nothing to be really concerned about. So if Enphase, and mind you guys, this is a very ugly looking chart, no doubt about it. Clear downtrend. Here on the 4-hour chart, you guys can see that it is about to unfold a death cross. You guys can see how this 50 SMA is about to cross below this 180 SMA. So this is a nasty chart, but I really like the business model of this company. So if Enphase happens to go down further and it pays a visit to $192, a former area of resistance back from mid-October, also back from early August, and lastly, back from late June, I am going to be a buyer. And take a look at the relative strength index of Enphase, guys. It is at 28 points, very low. Enphase is already very oversold, so we can make the case that if Enphase happens to keep on dropping and pays a visit down to $192, its relative strength index is going to be even lower, and that is going to increase the likelihood for the bulls of Enphase to find support at a previous area of resistance and then bounce back up. So if I happen to take this trade the way that I am describing it, picking up shares of Enphase near $192, and if I happen to write them up to $228, which is going to be my price target, I am looking at a 15% profit. And why $228-ish? Well, because we are talking about a former area of support back from early November that coincides with this 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart. So come on, Enphase, I am waiting for you at $192. Please come down to the price that I am willing to pay for you. $192. And the last stock of this video is going to be Sofi, guys. And mind you, I know that obviously, and since tomorrow we have the Federal Open Market Committee, if we happen to have, Jerome Powell, the hawk, then I have a question inside my mind, guys. So let's say that we have, Jerome Powell, the hawk. Yeah, we need to, accelerate. We need to speed up a lot the tapering process, and we're going to be hiking interest rates in March or February or something like that. So since most of the higher multiple stocks have gotten absolutely killed so far, my question, are the markets already pricing in a very hawkish Jerome Powell? Take a look at Sofi, guys. Sofi is trading as of now 44% of the highs. So can Sofi go, lower? Yes, it can, obviously, but maybe the markets, and this is a possibility that is on the table and that we are going to find out tomorrow, maybe the markets are already pricing in, the worst case scenario. Jerome Powell saying tomorrow that we need to increase interest rates, immediately because inflation is getting out of control and stuff. So maybe the bottom of most of the higher multiple stocks and small cap stocks is near, guys. We are about to see most of the stocks that have gotten absolutely dismantled bottoming out anytime soon. That might be the case. So if tomorrow we happen to have Jerome Powell, the hawk, saying that we need to carry out the first interest rate hike as soon as we can, then I am going to be waiting for Sofi at $13.64. $13.64 happens to be a former area of support back from mid-August. I think, and mind you, Sofi is a stock that is trading at 11 times sales, but this company reported an unbelievable earnings report a few days ago. This was on November 10. Unbelievable revenue growth, and I think that this company has a fair chance of, I would say, posting its at the pace that this company is being able to grow its revenue. I think that Sofi has a fair chance of posting its first profitable quarter maybe next year, guys. Maybe by the end of next year. We will see what that plays out like. But I am super bullish on Sofi, and despite the horrible and nasty technical chart, I am going to be a buyer at $13.64. If I happen to pick up some shares at $13.60, then my price target in order to take a short-term trade is going to be $16. $16 happens to be a former area of resistance back from late July, but this is also a former area of support back from late March, and both areas of support and resistance coincides with this 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart, as I said before, at $16. So if I were able to take a trade from $13.60 up to $16, I am looking at a 14% profit, nothing to sneeze at. So definitely, guys, tomorrow, and regardless of whatever happens with the Federal Open Market Committee, Sofi and Enphase Energy are going to be on the very top of my personal watch list, no doubt about it. And with Sofi Technologies, I am going to wrap up this video. Thank you very much for your attention and thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. Remember and keep in mind, guys, that here on the bilingual stock market channel, we are posting stock market update videos Mondays through Thursdays, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. So if you want to get all of the notifications of all of our videos in a timely manner, you have to be subscribed to this YouTube channel, but you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. Follow us on Instagram as well, guys, at Bilingual Stock Market. And remember that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel, in which we talk about the markets, but we do it in English and Spanish as well, so you can pick your preferred language. But most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses, it is for entrepreneurs just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys on Thursday. No video tomorrow. Sorry about that, guys. So I will see you guys on Thursday once again, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. Peace out.